So I'm at marker 26 on the CSX Railroad here in Beaver, Pennsylvania, Beaver County, Pennsylvania. And I've noticed a couple of things that I want to point out that is somewhat important to yesterday's video that I made and that you guys are really seeming to enjoy. I appreciate everybody's comments and feedback. But before I go any further and I show you what I want to here on this little stretch of track, I want to make it perfectly clear I am not a railroad historian. I am not a railroad expert. I don't have any experience on working on railroads. So a lot of your questions I may not be able to answer. This is where the guys who worked on a railroad or gals that worked on a railroad and watch my channel, please, you can feel free to make the comments and answer the questions of our viewers, because I am not an expert on this. I'm learning myself. But I did learn a couple of things, and I want to point some things out. In yesterday's photo, I had a picture of the rail where it was made, and there was a big sort of kind of debate about it on the P&LEE Railroad site on Facebook. And I was under the impression that some of these rails that say Carnegie on them were made of Carnegie steel. Well, that's not true entirely. It was probably made in because Carnegie acquired a company that said Carnegie, Illinois steel. And it could have been very well made somewhere else, but was made by Carnegie steel. Not necessarily in Pittsburgh, or not necessarily in Carnegie. So that's a piece of important information, I think, to remember. But I did find on these rails over here, there's a different label on them, and I hope I can find them for you. That's an old marker. That thing's made out of rock. Look at that over there. That thing is ancient. Wow. Let me see if I can find one here. I might have to backtrack a bit, which I don't want to do. I'm trying to get this to move forward. Here we go. Here we go. So this one says 13225 RECC, United States Steel, Illinois, 1964. You see that? Okay. Now that one dash there, that indicates that it's made in January of 1964. That's what somebody that worked on a railroad told me. The number of lines indicates the month. How true that is, I don't know. I don't know why he would lie about that, but for those of you who have worked on a railroad, let us know. Is that accurate information? I'm not in a position to dispute it. And then as far as these tie plates are concerned, these are a little bit different from the ones over down there in Beaver by Fort McIntosh. These ones have letters and numbers on them, in addition to the ones that I found down over yonder in Fort McIntosh, where they say Wheeling, West Virginia. Those tie plates were actually made there. These, I don't know. They say A13HW1. This one says 3HW17A. If anybody has information about that, please comment below. I'd like to know what that means, where it was made, how old it is, stuff like that. That thing is so old over there. That old marker, look at that. It's made out of stone. Both of them are over there. Okay, this rail says 136 USA, maybe 2013, I don't know. The further you go down, it seems the rails make a name and indication change. It's a really too sunny of a day. Makes filming dreadful because I get so much reflection from the sunlight, and even with software I'm able to do little to alter it, so I do apologize in advance. Yeah, it just says USA, and it has a date of 2015, I think. So those are very recent rails. And it's my understanding that a lot of these are cut and resurfaced. A lot of rails are recycled. But I got to tell you, throughout these woods here, there's a lot of discarded rails. And I'd love to see the writing on them. Because I would love to have them in my possession, because I'll give more details about this in a future video, but I want to kind of have a museum, if you will, of all sorts of odds and ends. Now, I know Beaver County has museums already in place for historical artifacts and such, like the Little Beaver Historical Society and places like that, but I have something a little bit different in mind. We'll talk about that in a later video. At least in this part here, I have a lot of walking room, safe walking room. Not that it's totally disattached from danger, but what I need to do too is go to, I need to go to Ambridge and start filming some of the videos down there, because Ambridge has a lot of good railroad history, because that's like Aliquippa, that's where, you know, the steel mills were, American Bridge and J&L, and I'm sure there's a lot of treasures that are still along the sides of those railroad tracks that, you know, have yet to be discussed and repurposed and brought to the attention of the community for those of us who love history, be it railroad history, trolley history. A lot of you mentioned that too, about the trolleys in the other video that I made yesterday. You know, I completely forgot about the trolleys. I completely forgot about those. The trolleys were not on my mind when I was exploring all the railroads. And that was a good point to bring up. Thank you for that. Thank you for those who talked about trolleys, because that was something that I ignorantly did not discuss in the videos here, so much obliged. Okay, now we're getting into private residences up here, so I don't know how far I can go down. I might get down to where I can see right down at the end there. It's amazing how these change, the names and everything, as they go down. Here's one. Here, let's read this. 136 RESDT USA 2019, and I think that's a number 4. I don't know if my camera's going to pick that up, but that's what it says. You want to take a picture of it? Go ahead. And here's the rail plate here, 18 ASA 1. And again, the one next to it says 6 HW 18. Now, I do know from talking to certain people that J&L Steel, and for those of you who worked in the mills in J&L here, give me some more information about this if you don't mind, but I was told that J&L made rails for P&LEE. Is that true? Because boy, if it is, man, I really want to find some J&L rails. Whether they're J&L, you know, the Pittsburgh one, or ours, you know, in Aliquippa. And for those of you who worked in Crucible Steel or American Bridge, did those mills make any rails for the railroad companies here in Beaver County? I don't know if they did. Maybe I should ask Mr. Wayne Cole. He is the, someone brought him to my attention in the video the other day, and all his books are down at the Beaver Library. He is definitely the authority on the history of rails in Beaver County. Railroads, railways, company cars, he has it all. His books are an invaluable asset to our community, no question about it. Something going on up there. I think the school's getting a new roof up there. So how far am I going to go? I'm going to end the video right up here. We're going to explore this little piece of territory up here. Oh, look at this. Look. Oh, are these heavy? Oh, look at this. 1940 131 RFCU. There you go. There's another one. These little buggers are heavy. Wow, how about that? Yeah, I tell you, I get lucky on these finds. Let's see what's up here. Yeah, this is where I have to call it quits. I don't know where the hell I'm at. I'm in Beaver somewhere, but I can't remember. I don't. From this angle, I don't know. It looks. I've never been here before. This is the first time I've ever explored here, and I'm filming it. So I just decided. I decided yesterday while I was filming. I looked down this way, and I'm like, I'm gonna make another video on this side, and that's what I decided. So here I am. And all these rocks and things are so when it rains and snows, the snow and rain can melt and go away from the ties, right? So they don't bulge up and raise the tracks and make them unlevel, right? Where the hell did I get all these rocks? Because they're all over the place. They're like on every railroad in the country. It's crazy. There's another plate. 1940, same one. 1940. All right, we're gonna get up here. Man, these rocks are harder on the feet. There you go. 136 RESDI USA 2019. That's a very reasonable number. 4, made in April of 2019, I suppose. Okay, now I know where I'm at. We're gonna go on this side. We're gonna cross. Yeah, there's tie plates all over here. Oh, this might not be a good place to be. $25.82. There's a bridge marker. You know where we're coming up to, so yeah. And we know where we're at. See where we're at? Let's go over here and look. Ooh, there's some fish rails. 135.36. Wow, those are heavy. CWR. See where we're at? I better get out of here. There used to be the these were the old steps to come up here to the rail, to the train station. And I made a video of this already, so this is where we're at. Remember this? Y'all remember this? Yeah. See the steps that go down? Yeah. Now you know where you're at. Okay, let's end here. Let's end with CSX. All right, no trespassing, it says. Well, I didn't have one down there, so. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to hear some more feedback as we all continue to learn about this. It's great, and I love doing it. So, thank you for watching.